Greetings, sacred souls, ancient ones. Welcome to this eclipse reading. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everyone is at peace in your world. And we were guided to do this reading. Meant to do it earlier. Sorry, things happen. Life. It is what it is. Well, that being said, a lot of things going on cosmologically. Again, we are on this eclipse day, the solar eclipse day, on this new moon, just coming into the first new moon eclipse of this actual true solar year. And we've got the spring equinox for those of us in the northern hemisphere, the autumn equinox for those of us in the southern hemisphere. Got a little different take depending on where you are. For this equinox, for the spring, we're looking at new beginnings and creating new things. For the autumn equinox, we're looking towards beginning reflection, seeing what was going well and what did not go well. So, let's see what we have for today. Got several cards coming out. We've got, can't make this up, pulled the spring equinox from our celestial deck. We've got Neptune on the bottom, which is highly, dropped something, significant. And we've got the Pegasus. We also pulled from the Elements deck. We've got Magic. We've got Oceans. Got West on the bottom of the deck. And we also pulled two cards for what we may be overlooking. And we have two sigils, which we will show shortly. So, getting started. Again, excuse me. We pulled spring equinox and Neptune and the Pegasus. So, the spring equinox, we're looking at new beginnings, we're looking at starting things, we're looking at inspiration, we're looking at creation. So all of these things come together, what it is that we want to create in this season, which is also, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, we'll go with it. So we have things that we want to start, looking at our intentions that we should be setting this year. So with this reading, we're doing this on the eclipse, the solar eclipse for this new moon. So eclipses are about openings, portals, again, new beginnings. So it's all in alignment with the spring equinox card that we pulled, and also with beginnings in order to make space for whatever it is that we would like to create, whatever it is we would like to begin. We have to release things. And this eclipse is very indicative of us needing to release so many things in our past that we have been holding on to. It's time to let them go. It's time to let them be. Because without them, or with them being in our space, there is no space for that new which we want to bring into ourselves. It's also a good time to cleanse and purify our bodies and our homes so that we are at our highest functioning for the next endeavors coming into our lives. We also have, these are opportunities for change. So if things aren't going in the right way or things you would like to change direction, this is now the perfect time to do so. Then we pulled Neptune. Neptune is going to be moving into Aries tomorrow, which is indicative of also where this eclipse, where this action is happening is also in Aries. So we've got this double action of uh, this fire energy, which is about individuality and courage and leading the way. So along with this new beginnings, we have these things where we are able to move in a forward direction. And then we got the Pegasus. Pegasus is one of the protectors of spirit. It is also one of the animals that can lead you to the astral plane, especially the moon, which is significant now because we've got this eclipse new moon. So being able to connect to our emotions with this guide that we have been given through Pegasus is also a sign of inspiration and creativity. So we've got a lot of signs going towards this inspiration we have. And with it being able to take us to other planes, it will allow us to reach greater levels of mastery and wisdom. It's also indicative of us experiencing freedom, that which we may need to be free from. As we release those things, we will create greater freedom in our lives. Um, the next card we have from the Element deck is the card Magic. And this features hands holding this, looks like a sacred geometrical shape. And it's also got the fire. So we just spoke about the fire as far as Aries is concerned. So it's holding this energy, this power, this ability to create. So we now have this, or we have the opportunity to use this power, to use this ability to create. And that's paired with the other card we got, which is the West, which also features a hand which has got light energy coming from it towards it. So the West is about completion, this is ending of cycle. So again, we've got the beginning of the cycle, but we also need to end something so that we have space for these new beginnings. So we've got these hands, we've got the power in our hands. We can take this power, use this power to create that which we want. And these hands are surrounding the other card that we got, which is the Oceans, which also has the target word of bravery. So it's time to, excuse me, don't know what's happening with those. Okay. Um, it's about us moving forward and taking those steps, because there's a young child walking on top of the earth. So we've got the opportunity with the ability to move and use the opportunities that are coming towards us, but we need to take those steps. She's got her hands out, so she's like balancing herself as far as, being careful where she's stepping, but she's still stepping, she's still moving forward. She's got the elements, the lights around her as she's making these moves. So all of these cards coming together, we've got all this beginning energy and opportunities that we have to move towards this at the perfect time. Also, the Magic card has the target word of alchemy. So the ability of us to create, the ability of us to make things happen is at our hands right now. And eclipses, the eclipse seasons, even though you look at it as one day, they usually last. They can last up to 6 months, even longer, depending on the energies at that time. So for this season, this eclipse season, at least up until the next eclipses, which are coming, I believe, in September, things we should look out for. We pulled a sigil for desperation. So we need to make sure that we are seeing things clearly, that we are using this wisdom that was brought to us, or it's being brought to us by the Pegasus, to see what it is that we are working so desperately to either avoid, or working so desperately to achieve. And we are doing this, or could possibly do this, if we are not mindful at the risk of everything else. It's like a person who is hungry, that they have to steal in order to eat. And we understand that, but we have to make sure that we are not putting ourselves in a situation where we have to make that choice that could endanger our lives or endanger our freedom by uh, doing these things. We need to see what it is that is putting us in this position and do what we can, do what we are in control of to keep us from moving into a position where we would have to be in such a desperate state. And the other thing is we pulled is the blame card, which is us not taking responsibility for our actions. We get in a situation, and instead of us looking at, hey, what did we do to get ourselves here, we're blaming everybody else or the situation or whatever else it may be instead of taking responsibility. So in this season, we need to be, we should be taking responsibility for our actions, because once we do that, once we own up to it, that will bring us our power. That power, that's that magic, that alchemy that we have. So that allows us to be able to make the things, do the things that we want, uh, create the things that we want to create, and also have the bravery to step out there and do it. So just checking on these things, and we also have this great synchronicity of the numbers on these cards that we have. Magic is a 4 and a 3, the oceans is a 30, and the west is a 4. So you've got 3, 4, 3, 4, and then the two sigils cards is 35 and 17, which is a 52, which is a 7. So this power of 7 is ending of the cycle, and 7 is a number of ending of and beginnings again, because we've got this eclipse. So we've got the ending and we've got the beginning. So the 7 is an important number. You may be seeing that, so that's a sign that things are moving in the direction that we needed to move in. So that's what we have for today. We will talk to you tomorrow or the next day as we go into our moon day reading. Thanks for listening. Peace.